The late night Sugma program will be every Friday for the next 10 weeks at 11 p.m. Eastern. Be here. It will also be posted on YouTube. I'm thinking I will do segments on Sugma Mail, the YouTube channel, and I'll do a edited down full VOD for Tommy PQM. But if you think that this whole thing is scuffed, you think the production isn't good, well, how about we take a look at what happens when you hire an actual production team?
Spaceboy, do not give up. She's safe. Keep going. Give it to E-Rob. Here we go. Spaceboy is trolling. He thinks he's role-playing.
That's some real top-tier production right there. So for those of you who are not in the know, that's OTK, One True King. I've talked about them before because I was a WoW streamer before WoW died, unfortunately, and now I'm stuck doing this because I'm out of content. Anyways, they had their anniversary this past week, and they decided to do a huge event, and they said, you know what, we're gonna go all out. They hired a professional production team. They bought out a very nice Airbnb. It's a beautiful place. But they ran into a couple issues. For one, that was the production. They could have done better on their own. They spent so much money hiring a production team that left their stream looking like that. But you know what? I wasn't there. I can't really say what happened. As parasocial as we might be here on Twitch, I can't say what happened. So let's hear from someone who was there.
Yeah, OTK stream today. I feel so bad. Someone was like, Miz was so sad at the event. Yeah, dude, that's so tough. It sounds so dumb. And I didn't get it either until kind of recently, honestly. But as a streamer, it is so stressful when your stream doesn't go well, especially when it comes to tech. Like, thank you for the 2 months. Like, if you're live and you F or something, it's like, I don't even know why it's so frustrating, but it makes all of us that are, oh, yay. Thank you for buying a t-shirt. It makes all of us that are streamers so stressed out. And on a stream like that too.
I just want to co-sign, bro. Production problems in streams are the most stressful thing because you're like, yo, dude, everyone's counting on me. And especially when it's like, you don't know what the fuck the problem is. And it's like, I think that we all have an empathy where we understand what it's like to watch a poorly produced or hard to watch piece of content. Like, we all know the feeling of like clicking on a video and before we even decide if we like it or not, like the picture is clipping out, the audio's out of sync, the audio is bad, there's white noise, and we're like, you know what, it's not worth it. And I think that like we know that's how it is, and then we see that shit happening on our own stuff and we're like, fuck. Because we know that it's like, it doesn't matter how good the content is. If the presentation is aggressive, like not even like underwhelming, but like aggressively like impeding on the quality of the content, then we know just how big of a deal that is, and we don't want that to happen. And with Twitch, I think that there is a little bit more leeway just in general. With like, I think that people understand like, okay, it's live, you know, but even then it's like honestly, I feel like people are more likely to click off a stream. Like, for some reason, I've been getting gifted subs in like every chat that I go in like this past month. I don't know why, but I've now been conditioned where every time I click on a stream and I get an ad, I'm like, I ain't watching this. And I go and click on someone else. Bro, at what point are we at? At what point am I at in my career where I'm stealing content from Mizkif? That's kind of sad when you think about it. Fuck, what am I doing with my life?
And that one thing is, get a production team. Go ahead, get yourself a production team. Make it so that you guys aren't worrying about it, because you guys have to stream.
Very backwards.
We listen to you. We listen to the people who said get a production team. Let them do it. It is their job. They did that. First of all, I get to the venue. I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland. I'm looking around. There's a little girl there who's just prancing around with a little crown on her head with a little wand, walking around the house like she owns the place. Then a woman with a crown, you know who she is, comes out of a room, looks at me, opens the door, and goes, "Watch out for the girl," and shuts the door. I'm like, this is insane. What is going on? Am I still sleeping? I had no idea what was happening. And she apparently did it to Seer too. Seer was talking about the house and making fun of it a little bit, and she opens the door and goes, "Thanks, it's my house," and then shuts the door again.
Bro, just imagine if you paid all this money to go to an Airbnb, and then you get there and the person's still there. That's supposed to be like on the thing. That should be like on the thing when you book it. and you should be able to be like, yo, dude, I'm not trying to be with the host. Also, did they bring back like the party section of Airbnbs? Because like that was a thing for a while, and then like they got rid of it because people were acting up.
There's like 12 people just chilling by the pool who I had no idea who they are. And they're just sitting there laughing and talking and drinking our drinks. And I'm like, I go over to Tips and I'm like, Tips, who are they? And the Tips is like, I don't fucking know. I thought you knew who they were. No, who the hell are they? So the event starts horrible. We're like, all right, we hired a production team. If you don't know how much it cost, chat, $60,000.
Bro, that's more than I make in a year. That's like more than double what I make in a year. That's more than like, actually, I'm not going to go any further. I'm not going to expose myself anymore. All I'm going to say is I wasn't on that list, y'all. Y'all didn't see me on that list. Of course, y'all know I'm not getting money from Twitch. I'm getting money from other places. Like, hi, I'm Tom from the Roundtable. Tom OnlyFans, so easy 60K. You know what? I probably could, but like, I'm concerned about people. Like, it's one thing from, like, I don't care if people see my dick. I just don't want people being weird. Like, I don't care if people see my dick. Like, that's fine. But I know that people can't handle that. It's like the whole thing that, like, I think Susu said. Susu, is that how you fucking say her? I don't know how to say her name. I just see it. Bro, Twitch streamers got the worst names. Anyways, my name is Tom. That's my screen name. But like she said, like, yeah, no, like girls want to show off their titties, but then dudes are weird. And then girls don't want to show their titties. I feel the same way about my dick. It's like, I'm confident in my body. If people see me naked, I do not care. However, the fact that they're gonna be weird about it, even if they're paying me. Also, like, I feel like with OnlyFans, you gotta be like really interactive. I'm not good at being interactive, even on stream. I literally created a format where I have an excuse to just like focus on the content. On OnlyFans, you gotta like you gotta be interactive with people who are horny. Like, you gotta be interactive when you know for a fact the person on the other end is beating their meat.
Which I
You're better
already said
interacting on
before.
stream than you give yourself credit for. I cannot convert that over to OnlyFans. That's my point. Like, I'm probably better at interacting on stream than I give myself credit for. But I don't think I could transfer even that onto, yo, what's up, man? I like your penis. Speaking of making an OnlyFans, hello, Milky Puff. The #1 advocate for me making an OnlyFans.
dude,
Where are you actually
the thing is,
considering
the
it? No,
camera is-
no, I'm not gonna make an OnlyFans, alright? I just want to make that clear. If I make an OnlyFans, y'all know that I'm down astronomical and I am broke.
Let me show you definitively wastes of money. Are you ready for this? Craigasms in chat if you love when streamers lose money. Minus $5,000 for this one part right here.
Never thought I'd be so sympathetic towards millionaires in my life. The thing is like, the people who ruin this are probably in better financial situations than the millionaires who are victims here. Like, ultimately, like, this is gonna be a hot take, but I feel like at this point in time, millionaires aren't even as well off as we think they are. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people who's like, oh, making $1 million a year isn't wealthy. Like, it is, but I think that we have lowered our standards for, like, what life should be and what we should be able to have available to us so much that I think that, like, you need to be in that, like, millionaire tax bracket to even afford, like, the basic, like, quality of life that I think that, like, should just be standard across the board. Especially if you look at, like, other countries that have much better economies than us, much better social programs than us. What millionaires have here, the middle class just in general has over there. I think that a lot of times, like, when we hate on millionaires, I think that we kind of forget that, because it's like, especially when you consider, like, there's a big difference between someone who has $1 million a year versus someone who makes $10 million versus someone who makes $100 million, or even like that's a huge jump from 10 to 100. And then 100 to $1 billion, that's even, like, that's such an inconceivable amount of money that, like, when you really consider it, like, $1 million is nowhere near that. I feel like the standard of living of millionaires is not as glamorous as we think it is, because I think that we usually think of, like, people who are making, like, tens of millions, hundreds of millions when we think of millionaires, compared to streamers who are making millions, and it's like a few million a year. It really depends where you are. It does depend on where you are. I think that being a millionaire in Texas, like they are, versus in LA, like Hassan, like, honestly, I feel like Hassan, he lives the quality of life of, like, someone who's just, like, upper middle class in Michigan, just because of like how fucking expensive it is in LA. So it does depend on where you are, but even then, like just making like $1 million a year or even $500,000 a year compared to like tens of millions, hundreds of millions, like a lot of these like rich as fuck motherfuckers are, or even billions a year, or even billions in your lifetime, like it's just a completely different ballgame. You mean newly established millionaires, because those who are well established know how to navigate that system in their favor. I think once you're well established, you're beyond making a few million a year. If you're consistently making like $1 million a year, I think they get better at like finding people that handle their money, and they're usually, it's definitely like a snowball effect where it's like once you hit like a certain level, you have the ability to invest more money towards portfolios, towards whatever the fuck, and then someone manages their money for them, yeah, and also their investments and shit, and then they just make more money off the money they already have, and that's a little bit different.